Good afternoon, everyone. This is Regina Stevens, New York Transportation Development Corporation's Assistant Corporate Secretary. Before we begin the meeting this afternoon, I would ask everyone to please mute your lines unless you are speaking. I will now take a roll call of the directors to ensure we have a quorum present on the line. Please say present when you hear your name. George Haggerty.
Present.
Kathleen Mize.
Present.
Pravina Raghavan.
Present.
Okay. Acting Chair Haggerty, you may begin. We have a quorum.
Thank you, Regina. Hi, this is George Haggerty. I now call to order the meeting of the directors of the New York Transportation Development Corporation for Friday, June 11, 2021. Before we get started, I will ask that everyone mute their phones until you are ready to speak. Also, I will ask that anyone wishing to speak to please state your name before you begin. I'd like to note for the record that due to public health concerns, and as authorized by the executive order of the governor, this meeting will be conducted by teleconference. I will also note for the record that the public has been given the opportunity to comment on the agenda items by submitting their written comments to nytdc@esd.ny.gov by 5 p.m. yesterday, and no comments were received from the public concerning today's agenda item. The directors have received the relevant written materials in advance of today's meeting and are free to ask questions at any time. Before we begin the substantive portion of the meeting, I would like to ask the directors whether anyone has any potential conflict of interest with respect to today's agenda item. If so, please make an appropriate disclosure on the record at this time. We will then be sure that you may recuse yourself from any discussion or vote with regard to the item. Okay. Hearing none, I'll now ask Peter Heilbrunn to present today's agenda item, requesting authorization to perform certain acts in connection with the issuance and sale of the corporation's Special Facility Revenue Bonds, Series 2021. Peter, please begin.
Thank you. Good afternoon. Today we are asking the board to approve the operative provisions, sale terms, official statement, bond purchase agreement, related documents, and related actions in connection with the sale and delivery of the New York Transportation Development Corporation, or TDC, the issuer, Special Facility Revenue Bonds Series 2021 for the American Airlines, Inc. John F. Kennedy International Airport Project, the Series 2021 bonds, to be issued in an amount not to exceed $180 million for the benefit of American Airlines, Inc., the borrower, with the payment of principal and interest unconditionally guaranteed by the borrower and its corporate parent, American Airlines Group, Inc., the parent, pursuant to certain guarantees. The borrower has requested that the TDC issue the Series 2021 bonds to provide proceeds that will be used, together with other available funds, to, one, finance a portion of the cost and renovation cost of renovation and expansion, of Passenger Terminal 8, together with related arrival and departure access ramps and a passenger tunnel connecting the remote concourse of the terminal with the main terminal at the John F. Kennedy International Airport located in Queens, New York, the airport. Two, to defease in full the August 1, 2021 maturity of the outstanding Special Facility Revenue Bonds issued in 2016, the Series 2016 bonds. Three, defease a portion of the Special Facility Revenue Bonds issued in 2020, the Series 2020 bonds, with a maturity date of August 1, 2031, in an amount equal to the sinking fund installment that would otherwise have been paid on August 1, 2021. And four, pay the cost, the issuance cost of the Series 2021 bonds. The Series 2021 bonds will be issued and secured under the provisions of the indenture of trust dated June 1, 2016, the original indenture, as amended and supplemented by the first supplemental indenture of trust dated June 1, 2020, as further amended and supplemented on June 1, 2021, collectively the indenture, each between the issuer and the Bank of New York Mellon, the trustee. The Series 2021 bonds will be special and limited revenue obligations of the issuer, payable from certain payments to be made by the borrower to the issuer under the original loan agreement dated June 1, 2016, as amended and supplemented by the first loan agreement amendment dated June 1, 2020, and as further amended and supplemented on June 1, 2021, together the loan agreement, each between the issuer and the borrower and the promissory note of the borrower as required by the loan agreement. The Series 2021 bonds will be secured on parity with the Series 2016 bonds and the Series 2020 bonds remaining outstanding, and with any additional bonds issued in the future under the indenture. The airport is owned by the City of New York and is leased to the Port Authority of New York and New Jersey, pursuant to the terms and conditions of the amended and restated agreement of lease of the Municipal Air Terminal dated November 24, 2004, as amended, restated, supplemented, or otherwise modified from time to time. The borrower leases the premises on which the facility is located pursuant to a lease agreement with the Port Authority, as amended, the Port Authority lease. Payments of principal and interest on the bonds issued under the indenture have been guaranteed by the borrower and its parent pursuant to the terms of separate guarantees from the borrower and its parent to the trustee, each dated June 1, 2016, and each affirmed by separate affirmations of guarantee from the borrower and the parent dated June 1, 2020, and further affirmed on June 1, 2021, collectively the guarantees. The payments of amounts due under the loan agreement and the guarantees are secured by a leasehold mortgage and security agreement dated June 16, 2016, as amended and supplemented on June 22, 2020, together the leasehold mortgage, each from the borrower to the issuer and the trustee, pursuant to which the borrower granted a leasehold mortgage and security interest in its Port Authority lease. The issuer has assigned its interest in the leasehold mortgage to the trustee. As noted above, the Series 2021 bonds will be special limited obligations of the issuer and shall not be a debt of the state or any political subdivision, the New York Job Development Authority, the New York State Urban Development Corporation, or any other local development corporation, agency, or authority of the state. As part of the transaction, the issuer will also enter into a bond purchase agreement for the initial underwriting of the Series 2021 bonds. The issuer is being asked to delegate authority to its officers to approve the maturities, prices, yields, and other terms of the Series 2021 bonds, which are expected to be issued as tax-exempt, fixed-rate bonds and are expected to price and close by the end of June 2021. In accordance with the attached resolution, you are hereby requested to, 1, approve the terms and authorize the sale of the Series 2021 bonds, approve the form and content of the official statement and various other documents connected with the sale and delivery of the Series 2021 bonds, and 3, authorize certain officers and employees of the issuer to take all actions deemed necessary to accomplish the final sale and delivery of the Series 2021 bonds. Thank you, and I'm happy to answer any questions.
Thank you very much, Peter. I'd like to remind everyone to please state your name before speaking. Are there any questions or comments from the directors with regard to this item? Not hearing any. As noted earlier, we do not have any comments from the public with regard to this item. I will now entertain a motion for approval on this item.
Hi, this is Pravina Raghavan. I motion to approve.
Is there a second?
This is Kathleen. I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. The motion carries. There being no further business, may I have a motion to adjourn?
This
This
is
is
Kathleen.
Pravina.
Motion.
Oh, I second,
Sorry,
Kathleen.
Pravina.
No worries, I second.
Okay. I think we got it. All right, guys. Thank you very much. Thank everyone for your participation in today's meeting. Much appreciated.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye, guys.